Hello, I'm Jonathan Kirsch with the latest Lakewood news and events. During the October 8th City Council meeting, Council had the first of two public hearings for the proposed 2019 annual budget. The second hearing will be during the October 22nd regular City Council meeting, and the budget is available to review at lakewood.org/budgets. Council also approved a resolution to support a grant application for a community garden at Slater Elementary School, and it set the date for the public hearing on a supplemental budget for Taxpayers' Bill of Rights funds if Lakewood voters approve ballot question 2D. To learn more about the ballot question and the supplemental budget, visit lakewoodtogether.org/Lakewood funding. After having a public hearing, Council also approved a definition for a one-half term of office for the mayor and council members. To watch the October 8th council meeting or previous council meetings online, go to lakewood.org/council videos. Lakewood wants your input on the potential benefits and challenges of a different way to get around town, so-called dockless mobility bicycles, scooters, or other small vehicles. Riders use a smartphone app or other technology to locate and rent one of these small vehicles and then park it at their chosen destination rather than renting it from or returning it to a specific dock or location. For example, you might use your phone to locate an electric scooter at a light rail station and ride it to a nearby park or shopping center and park the scooter for another person to rent or for the renting company to pick it up. Learn more and take an online survey at lakewood.org/bike-scoot-rent. And be sure to stop in at one of the 4 open houses later this month to learn more and share your comments and concerns. How do you think we're doing as a city, and where do you think we can improve? Take the online citizen survey at lakewood.org/citizen survey by Friday, October 26th at 5 p.m. It's an opportunity for residents to provide feedback on several topics, including the quality of life in Lakewood, how well the city is delivering services, how well we're communicating with you and how visible that information is, and what priorities and concerns you think need attention. The National Research Center conducts Lakewood citizen surveys as well as for more than 500 jurisdictions throughout the Denver metro area and across the nation. The city of Lakewood is constantly looking for ways to be more efficient and save tax dollars, but sometimes those solutions don't always come in a box on a shelf. In fact, employees over in the Lakewood Parks Division thought outside the box and custom built more than 180 central irrigation control systems that have saved the city millions of gallons of water as well as man hours over the past several years. The systems let the parks team know if there's a broken valve, sprinkler head, or possible leak, and a master valve will automatically shut off if flow sensors detect a leak until it can be repaired. The state-of-the-art system is web-based, which allows employees to turn on and off sprinkler systems at the tap of a button, either remotely or on-site.
If we do get in and we have a rain event, we've found out that the average night during a warmer part of the season is we'll save about 2 million gallons. And what that does for the residents is it sets a good example. We don't ever have any water. Generally, try not to have any water running during a rain event or during the middle part of the day. So basically it saves the city a lot of money in water, and also we want to set a good example for other residents.
And it seems the city's water conservation efforts are working. Denver Water partnered with Lakewood and other park and recreation districts across the metro area to promote efficient use of water outdoors, and Lakewood consistently exceeds the goals set up by the collaboration. October is National Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and it serves as a reminder to everyone that the internet is a shared resource and we must take responsibility to secure ourselves at home, on the job, or on the go. To promote the event, your kids can enter a national K-12 Kids Safe online poster contest. The goal of the contest is to engage young people in creating messages and images that will inspire others to use the internet safely and securely. All public, private, or homeschooler students are eligible to participate, and 13 winners will be selected to have their artwork displayed in the National Stay Safe online calendar and posters distributed nationally. You can search for more information on the contest at CIsecurity.org/ms-ISAC. Starting October 17th, the Lakewood Police Department will no longer be able to provide courtesy fingerprint services to the public. The department is stopping this service because the Colorado Bureau of Investigation has implemented a new statewide digital fingerprinting process that allows third-party vendors to electronically print and submit non-criminal applicant fingerprints for the state. For more information, head over to the CBI Employment and Background Checks website at colorado.gov. Lakewood police are reminding everyone that federal agencies such as the DEA, FBI, IRS, ICE, and various state or local governments such as the Jeffco Sheriff's Office are never going to call you to ask you to wire money or purchase gift cards of any kind. Never give personal information such as your driver's license, social security number, or bank account information to anyone who calls you. If you do get a phone call like this, hang up immediately. Learn more ways to protect yourself from identity theft at lakewood.org/ID theft. Hondas and pickup trucks top the list of the 10 most stolen vehicles in the metro area for the last 3 months. That's according to the latest data from the Colorado Auto Theft Prevention Authority Metropolitan Auto Theft Task Force. The top 3 most stolen vehicles are Honda Civics, Honda Accords, and Ford F-250s. You can help prevent auto thefts by always locking your door, removing valuable items from the car, and never leaving your car running unattended. Learn more at lakewood.org/police. If you have expired and unused prescriptions in your medicine cabinet, get them properly disposed of during the police department's Drug Take-Back Day on October 27th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the upper parking deck at 445 South Allison Parkway. You can find details of what's accepted at lakewood.org/news. The Lakewood Police Department works hard to develop relationships with residents through community policing. And I'm joined by Sergeant John Alish with the Lakewood Police Department, who heads up a relatively new team that focuses on just that. Thanks for joining us, John.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about the Community Action Team.
The Community Action Team was founded this year. It previously existed as the Sector Liaison Unit, which some people who've worked with us may be familiar with, but the name really didn't help people understand who we were and what we were about. So, but last year, our chief asked City Council, he said, I would like to increase this team to help deal with problems that affect the community and continue the community policing model. They approved an increase of the team and a supervisor position. And with that new direction, we decided to rebrand. We figured Community Action Team fit well because we are dedicated to the community and the community's problems, and we are all about trying to find solutions and make things happen to make needed change for that community.
And we're talking about issues that are, as you've said before, more time intensive versus time sensitive.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you have an emergency or a crime that's just occurred, our patrol division is going to be the ones who respond to that. If you call 911, that's who's going to show up. Our job is, when the dust is settled, if this is a problem that hasn't seemed to go away, if this is a problem that has been going on for months, a year, even sometimes we've dealt with things that have been going on for a decade, and there doesn't seem to be a solution in sight. Our job is to come up with new and innovative ways, try something different, just see if we can come up with a solution that works for everyone and benefits the community as a whole, because we've solved something that may have been frustrating them for a long time.
So give me some examples of some of the cases that the team has worked on.
So we do everything from general problem solving, things as minor as neighbor disputes. Maybe people haven't gotten along and we find out it goes back to a disagreement from years ago, but it's amped up over time. So things as minor as that to bigger issues like houses that have been known for drug, gang, or other criminal activity. Maybe stolen cars are found there a lot. Our job is to try and find ways to get rid of the problem beyond the criminal justice system. That may involve, if it's a rental, finding a way to evict the tenants that are causing the issues, or other such means that are kind of extraordinary. Other examples may be quality of life issues. We serve a lot of residents who either have mental health concerns or other issues that have bled into their daily life and into their community. So excessive hoarding, for example. We recently helped, volunteered our time and helped an elderly female out who it's really taken over her life, and we were able to, working with community partners, get some outside funding to work on this, and we've really made a difference for that community. So that's just one example of something really kind of abnormal that normally wouldn't be a police function, but we really try and fill those gaps when services don't seem to be available. It's a team that combines empathy for the people we're working with, recognizing that something brought them to this point in their life, and instead of just dealing with the immediate symptom, we want to find what's causing that symptom, and we want to get to the root of the problem to try and change their behavior to stop what's occurring. I think that's really what it comes down to, is we're willing to dig deeper into that person's life, and we have the time, the resources, and the ability and the know-how to say, let's make a change that's permanent instead of just a Band-Aid.
Let's talk a little bit about homelessness. What's the team doing to address that issue?
So homelessness was one of the key issues that our chief last year requested the additional manpower for. He recognized that our department needed to do more surrounding that problem. So, and I think to look at homelessness, and we talk about homelessness as a problem, what that means is there are a group who actually want to be homeless, but overall, homelessness is not just a problem for the community, it's a problem for the individual that's experiencing it. And so what we want to do is try and find solutions that benefit both. So what our team does is we do a lot of homeless outreach. We will go out on what I call team days, and our entire team will go out. We just did one yesterday. We'll go out and contact homeless people in areas where they've been known to congregate. We'll ask them about resources, where they've been, where they're intending on going, how they feel about their current condition, whether they want to improve it. And then at the same time, we deal with the issues that the community is experiencing. Because like I said, it's not only an issue for that individual, but the fact that that individual is homeless and is out in public does create quality of life concerns for the community that surrounds them. And so we also try and address those, whether it's that they're in a place that has caused problems for businesses, or they've been sleeping in a park after hours and people don't feel comfortable walking their dog in the early morning. That's the balance we have to have. Everyone in this position has an interest to the problem, but we need to balance not only what the community would like, but that individual's rights and what we can do to help them find a better position, a better place for them to be.
Homeless outreach doesn't really seem like something people would think that police actually do.
Yeah, and I think that's again, when you think about our team tries things that are novel and different, right? Police departments throughout the country are actually developing homeless outreach teams, because they recognize that although there are many community partners, whether it be nonprofits who work with the homeless, Health and Human Services, funding from governments, local, state, and federal, police officers really are the boots on the ground that make first contact and the most contact with the homeless population. Because police officers are out 24 hours a day. They're out 7 days a week, they're out on Thanksgiving, they're out on Christmas. If someone sees a person sleeping in a bush at 2 a.m. in the 20-degree weather, they don't call the Salvation Army. They don't call, Health and Human Services. They call the police department. And so, although it's not a traditional police emergency, the police department is the one who responds out to address that from the beginning to see what we can do to help them. So, recognizing that, our chief and many police departments have recognized, since we already do that, we probably need a team who has training, knowledge, and the ability to work with this population more. So while all of our patrol officers work with this population frequently, our job is kind of to take that next step, whether it be that first contact or following up for a patrol officer who may have found someone out on the street.
And have you found someone out on the street?
Oh, absolutely. We do every day. One example I can give is we had in a roundabout way, an animal control officer of ours got a phone call about a loose dog. And when they went to find the dog, they found out the dog was actually associated with a homeless family, including 4 small children under 10 years old. And they were living in a field under a tarp and bathing in a drainage creek. So the nice thing about having a dedicated team is they were able to reach out to one of our team members and say, is this something you need to look into? We, of course, said absolutely. And since then, we have met with the family, working with amazing community partners, including our county resources and other nonprofit organizations. We've been able to get them temporary housing, and right now we're working on a permanent housing solution for them. All 3 school-eligible kids are in school now, which is huge, and they are receiving resources that they did not have before.
Well, it's great that basically the community is coming together to help out this family and maybe other families that are in that situation.
Yeah, and I think that's the key, is understanding that homelessness is a community problem. it's not a police problem. It's not a nonprofit problem. It's not that family's problem. It's a community problem, and it needs a community solution. What the police department recognizes is our job is to kind of be the first contact. If you think of the classic term first responders, we're the first responders to homelessness too, generally. We're the ones who find them in that position, especially when it's a dire situation, that family, especially when the winter season comes around. And injury or death can be associated simply with exposure to the elements. So that's where we play a role, and we really embrace that role, and we're trying to do everything we can to help the community in that way.
Speaking of homeless in the community, if a community member sees someone who might be homeless or who's maybe panhandling on the street, who asks the resident for money, what should the resident do?
Obviously, it's any person's decision on their own. It's their call. We do have some general advice, though. Recognize that giving a donation to one person only helps that one person, and you really don't know where that money is going. When you donate to an organization, whether it be a local organization like the Action Center, other examples like Family Tree, or just broader, federal organizations or state organizations, that money is taken and put into a larger pot that's distributed with intent to help that group. I would also tell you that understand that panhandling in of itself is not illegal, and we need to recognize that that someone asking you for money is not a crime. It's a constitutionally protected right. Now, they're not allowed to do it aggressively to the point where they commit a crime, where they're being disorderly, they're making threats, they're making unwanted physical contact, like grabbing an arm, saying, "Will you please help me?" None of that's okay. But the general act of just asking someone for money is not illegal. Ultimately, I think that the best thing to do is just, we've always talked about if you have food or water, that's okay. But you could politely decline and say, "I donate to local organizations that help the homelessness." That's a good option.
Well, great advice, great alternatives. Thank you so much, John, for coming on the show and telling us about the Community Action Team.
Absolutely.
How do people get a hold of the team if they need help?
So I'll remind everyone, if you have an emergency, you always need to dial 911. If you have a crime that's just occurred or recently happened, 911 is your answer. If you have an ongoing problem, if you need to report something that's non-emergent, you can dial our non-emergency number at 303-980-7300, and we will find the correct person to help you out, which may in some cases be our team.
Jefferson County Public Library wants your thoughts on remodeling Belmar Library. You can take an online survey through October 21st at the library or at jeffcolibrary.org/Belmar-remodel. The Military Times recently named Lakewood as one of the best for vets places to live in the medium-sized cities category. Lakewood was number 11 among 234 cities with populations of 100,000 to 250,000. The Military Times evaluated veteran culture and services, economic indicators, and livability factors for the ranking. Mark your calendar for the Animal Control Unit's vaccination and dog licensing clinic from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on November 10th at the Lakewood Heritage Center in the calving barn. Learn about dog licensing at lakewood.org/dog licenses. The Lakewood Police Department is looking for lateral candidates or students who will have a bachelor's degree by July 1st, 2019 and are interested in a career in law enforcement. The nationally recognized and accredited department is accepting applications through December 14th. You can learn more at lakewood.org/jobs. Mayor Adam Paul captures the feel and tastes of Germany this month on Spotlight on Lakewood as he talks with the president of the Sister Cities Stade program, who's visiting Lakewood as part of the Lakewood Sister Cities program. He also continues the German theme with a little cooking at Gabby's German Eatery, a small restaurant that recently opened in Lakewood. You can watch it at lakewood.org/spotlight. Congratulations to the Carmody Park Outdoor Fitness Zone in partnership with Centura Health, which recently received a 2018 Metro Vision Award from the Denver Regional Council of Governments. The park allows residents to plan a whole day of play and outdoor fitness, no matter their age, physical, or mental ability. The fitness equipment and universal playground feature modifications and options for visitors with disabilities. And finally, you know those sweeper brooms that are on our city's road maintenance trucks? You can see one right here. When we're done with them and they get replaced, did you know they don't get thrown away? They get repurposed. Check this out. They get sent to farming communities in Colorado that have cattle. They use them for scratching posts. It looks like this one's getting a lot of use. That's it for this edition of City Scene. Stay up to date on the latest Lakewood news and events at lakewood.org. I'm Jonathan Kirsch. Thanks for watching.